welcome you to the Earl's Place Monkeys on Our Back exhibit. We're really excited to have you. I'm Sheila Helgerson, and I'm the Executive Director for United Ministries. And United Ministries is the parent of Earl's Place. Earl's Place is a transitional housing program. We work with men who are homeless. They can stay with us for up to 2 years, and we work with them to get them back on their feet and back out into the community. And so art is not something we usually do a lot of, and not something that was the easiest thing to convince the men to do. But it's been a really great project, and I think tonight's kind of like the accumulation of it all, and they can see that, okay, this was pretty cool. So I'm excited to be able to have them all here with you to share this. And you know, after our talk, if you would like to talk with any of us, feel free to do that. I was thinking about what to say when we were getting ready for this, and I remembered one of our former residents who said to me once, we were working on what he was going to do with his life, and you know, sometimes I'm a big dreamer, so I would say, oh, well, you know, what would you really like to do? Not just, you know, get a job, but what do you really want to do? And he was like, you know, we brainstormed a while, and then he said, all right, well, if a farm girl from Iowa, which would be me, could end up in Baltimore running a recovery house, then anything is possible. And I thought, yeah, that's about right. So when I thought about this art show, and I thought about Alethea, and Alethea is a young woman from Korea who went to college in Michigan and decided she wanted to do a year of service with the Lutheran Volunteer Corps, and ended up in Baltimore at Earl's Place and said, I think we should do an art project. So you never know what's going to come out of these we can do whatever we want type of moments. So we're excited to have you here. We're going to let Alethea share a little bit about how this all started, and you'll hear from Bruce, who was the inspiration, the initial inspiration, and from one of our residents. And but again, I want to say thank you for being here, and I was going to introduce our staff because it's very rare that we're all together in public, but I see Jim Carey is our case manager. He's here. And Alethea, you're going to hear from in a moment, but I don't see Mike and Champ. So, and we also have a couple board members here, so I'm grateful, a few board members here actually, so we're grateful for them to be here. So again, thank you so much for coming, and Alethea Shin.
This is really great to see so many people here. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to share quick how the show came about. It was like the second week since I started working at Earl's Place, and I met Bruce. And I heard he was an artist, and I come from an art background, studying art in college. So we connected right away, and I really wanted to see his work. So I was like, hey Bruce, you should show me your paintings. So he came down and brought about 30 paintings and showed me all his work, and you know, I was just amazed how much work he does. And it's, you know, it's really hard being an artist. So I appreciated just how much work he had, and I noticed some of them were self-portraits with monkeys, and that was really interesting to me. And I was like, hey, did you have a monkey pet? Like, how did this happen? And he told me that, no, I'm just kind of playing with the idea of the statement, the monkeys on my back. And that statement, you know, it goes with talking about the burdens on our back. And I thought that was really powerful for me to see, and seeing the series of paintings like that reflected in that way. And I really want that was something that people would love to see, and I wanted to share it with other people. So that's when I got it started about, oh, we should have an art show. And Creative Alliance thankfully allowed us to show our work here. And I started working on with all the other guys at Earl's Place to do little projects with me. And that journey has been really great. Art is definitely not the guys are used to doing. So at first they're like, oh, what's this? Like, this is... Like, what does this mean, Alethea? What does it mean to fill a shoebox with things of my things? What does it mean to rip a magazine paper and paste it on a big canvas? But slowly by slowly, you know, I told them I really want this place to be an opportunity for you to tell your story, because I think your story is really powerful for you to choose to be in recovery and, you know, walking away from your former lifestyles and wanting to do something better, to find something more good in your life. And I find that so many people in Baltimore work here to fight homelessness, and I really want to be able to show that, because that's been something that really powerfully touched me this year. So I really thank you, every one of you, for coming, and for the men for being so open to share their stories, because that's very hard. And I want to thank you for coming to hear their stories, because there also needs to be people who listen to your stories when you tell a story. So thank you, and I would like to introduce Bruce to you to talk about